I'm Joanna Daz and welcome back to my channel. I make videos every week about things that have helped make my life better in the hope that it might help you as well. So today I'm going to talk about something that used to be my favourite topic, favourite food group, favourite thing in life: dairy. The reason why I gave it up is because ever since I was a teenager, I used to get really sore red pimples on my face, generally my chin, my nose, cheeks. I tried cleaning my face more, I tried washing my sheets more often, I tried changing laundry powder, I tried not eating chocolate, which, you know, when you're young people say chocolate and junk food will give you pimples. Well, chocolate was giving me pimples, but not because it's junk food. God bless the internet. One day I stumbled upon, could dairy be causing your acne? And I was like, oh no, anything but that. I'm a girl who's always liked to eat healthy, but I have often had a tub of ice cream in my freezer at any given time. And I'm pretty fond of the old cheese-a-rooney as well, if I'm being honest. Anyway, I didn't want to believe it, but I cut out dairy, and after 3 days my skin looked a bit clearer, and I was like, oh no, it's just a coincidence. I'm going to have a bit of tasty cheese smothered over my leftovers, which was a favourite trick of mine. Just put grated tasty cheese over anything savoury, microwave, nom nom nom. So I ate a bit more cheese, a few pimples came back. Cut out dairy for a week or so, face completely clear and looking a little bit glowy. Tried a bit more cheese just to be sure. This went on for a few months longer than it needed to, but eventually I had to face the fact that dairy was giving me pimples. I could have it on occasion, but I would get pimples afterwards, and did I want to deal with a pimple hanging around for a day or two? Now, a possible reason for the dairy giving me pimples is the bovine hormones in the milk. So obviously, just like humans have human milk, particularly women, to feed to human babies, which have important hormones. Same too with cows, they have important hormones for feeding to baby cows. And in some people, it's suspected that the cow hormone can mess with the human hormones and leave the hormones out of whack. And as we know, with teenagers, etc., when your hormones are out of whack, that's something that can lead to pimples and breakouts. And that was the case for me. Obviously, it's not the case for everyone. If everyone got pimples when they ate dairy, we would certainly know it by now. But some people do, and I'm one of those people. So bovine hormones is number one. Number two is that dairy may contribute to leaky gut. Now, if you saw my other video on gluten, which I may link here or at least in the description below, leaky gut is linked to a number of serious chronic autoimmune diseases. Over 100 autoimmune diseases exist that you could possibly get if you have a leaky gut, and here are just the most common ones. Hashimoto's disease, which I've got, Graves' disease, also of the thyroid, ulcerative colitis, lupus, multiple sclerosis, Lyme disease, rheumatoid arthritis, narcolepsy, celiac disease, Crohn's disease, endometriosis, psoriasis, and type 1 diabetes. Dairy has protease inhibitors, just like grains and gluten do. When they get into the digestive system, it can upset the digestive enzymes and lead to too much trypsin. Trypsin can break apart the connections between cells, lead to leaky gut, where parasites and bacteria and microbes and undigested food particles can get into your bloodstream. Once they're in your bloodstream, your body can mark them to start attacking, and then if it's on the attack all the time, it can start attacking your own healthy tissue, as in the case of autoimmune disease. And the third reason that you might need to cut out dairy is because an estimated 5 to 90% of the population are actually lactose intolerant, whether they know it or not. Particularly in countries like Asia, there's a very high incidence of lactose intolerance. If you're in a country where it's possibly 5% of the population who are lactose intolerant, that doesn't sound like a huge amount, but when you multiply it by the millions of people who are in that country, then there is actually a large amount of people who are lactose intolerant, and maybe you just don't know it. And like I said in my video about gluten, There's only one way to find out. Forget all the hype and all the lengthy articles and scientific quoting and angry comments on the internet about what's right and what's not right, because every person's an individual. We all have different physiology. People react differently to dairy. That's why I get pimples and other people don't. But other people might get other reactions. So there's only one way to be sure. Cut dairy out of your diet. And I know you don't want to. I didn't want to, but I did it, okay? So you can do it too. If you want to. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to tell you what helped me. So try cutting it out for a month. A month's a really good amount of time to let your body learn to start working without a substance in it, and see how you feel, see how you look. Another thing that dairy does in me is gives me joint pain. I had joint pain for a long time, and I never made the connection that I could have a little bit of cheese and end up with a bit of pain in my hip. I just didn't know to make the connection. So look out for joint pain, look out for irritability, tiredness, pimples, just anything that's gone away or come back when you are eating or not eating dairy. Even if you do find out the horrible news that dairy does have a negative effect on you, maybe you just cut out non-essential dairy. Like, there's not a lot of people who are like, oh my God, I love milk. But there's a lot of people who are like, oh my God, I love ice cream, or oh my God, I love cheese. You know, but not milk. And milk can be substituted with almond milk or coconut milk. Cream can be substituted with coconut cream. Even ice cream can be substituted with coconut ice cream, which they have in a lot of places. Not a huge range of flavours and pretty high on the price point, but hey, if you need nobody needs that much ice cream anyway, damn it. If you have to pay $15 for half a litre of ice cream, well then so be it, you know, get on with life. This is your health. This is your life. That's what I tell myself. So maybe you just cut down on dairy as much as you can in the areas that you can. Read all the labels. Again, dairy's in weird places. Gluten and dairy are in the seasonings on the skin of roast chicken that I get at the supermarket. You know, the pre-roasted chicken. Who would have thought there'd be gluten and dairy in the seasoning? Anyway, there is. So it's in all kinds of places. Maybe just, if you can't give up cheese, maybe just cut out all the other dairy and just eat cheese on occasion. Maybe cut down your cheese. Maybe think about cheese. Experiment with if one cheese affects you more than others. Apparently hard cheeses have been left longer to ferment, process. Hard cheeses can sometimes be less reactive than soft cheeses, even though soft cheeses are among some of the most delicious types of cheese. Anyway, experiment. This isn't a life sentence. You can always eat something again, you know. I know the all or nothing approach turns a lot of people off, so don't make it all or nothing. Just understand, if it affects me, I'll reduce it. I'll try different types. I'll see if there's something in there that I can cling on to that doesn't cause me too much grief. But again, just take 4 or 5 weeks out of your life to cut it out. See once and for all if dairy does actually affect you, and then you can take it from there. Thanks for watching. I'm Joanna Daz. Subscribe to see more videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!